The Battle of Cannae, a tale of tactical genius, staggering arrogance, and a staggering amount of Roman bloodshed. Truly a delightful topic for those with a taste for military disasters and ancient drama. Let's set the scene, shall we? The year is 216 BC. The place is Cannae, a quaint little village in southeastern Italy. Not exactly the top destination for tourists, unless you're a Carthaginian general named Hannibal. Now, Hannibal wasn't just any general. He was the kind of military leader who thought taking elephants over the Alps for a surprise visit to Italy was a good idea. Spoiler alert, it was, but mainly because it was so crazy that it actually worked. On the other side, you have the Romans. The Romans, famous for their roads, aqueducts, and on this particular occasion, their incredible ability to underestimate their enemy. You see, Rome had been playing this game of whack-a-Carthaginian for a while now in what we call the Second Punic War. They had already been beaten a couple of times, but in typical Roman fashion, they decided that the best solution was more of the same, but bigger. So, they gathered an enormous army, possibly up to 86,000 men, because if there's one thing the Romans loved, it was overkill. Now Hannibal, with a much smaller army, about half the size of the Roman force, had to do something clever, and boy, did he deliver. He lined up his troops in a way that would make any Roman tactician go, that looks weird, but probably not a problem. Hannibal's center was weak, but his cavalry was strong, especially on the wings. The battle started, and the Romans, bless their hearts, did exactly what Hannibal expected. They pushed forward, smugly thinking they were breaking through Hannibal's line. But here's the kicker. That's exactly what Hannibal wanted. His troops gradually retreated in the middle, drawing the Romans in further. This tactical masterpiece is known as the double envelopment, or in layman's terms, the old bait and switch. Meanwhile, Hannibal's cavalry, having chased off the Roman horsemen, decided to come back for a surprise visit. And what a surprise it was! They hit the Romans from behind, completing the encirclement. The Roman army, now completely surrounded, was, to put it mildly, in a bit of a pickle. What followed was less a battle and more a methodical, hours-long slaughter. The Romans, packed so tightly they could barely move, were killed off one by one. It was, for lack of a better term, a complete and utter bloodbath. By the end of it, up to 70,000 Romans were killed, including a vast number of officers and at least one consul, proving that when it comes to military blunders, Rome was capable of going big. The Battle of Cannae became the gold standard for military encirclements and is still studied in military academies today. It was Hannibal's masterpiece, a testament to his brilliance and the dangers of underestimating your enemy. But in a twist that is almost comedic, Hannibal's victory at Cannae, while stunning, didn't lead to the ultimate downfall of Rome. Why? Well, Hannibal had a bit of an issue with following up. He famously didn't march on Rome immediately after the battle, a decision that has had historians asking, what if, for over 2 millennia. Instead, the war dragged on for another decade, and Rome, in its stubborn way, refused to be beaten and eventually came back to win the war. So there you have it, the Battle of Cannae, a story of tactical genius, Roman hubris, and a cautionary tale about counting your legions before they're encircled. It's like a Shakespearean tragedy, if Shakespeare was really into military tactics and elephants.